This week on Not Another Shooting Show.
Make sure I find all the targets.
The rules are made up and the points don't matter.
But I also would really like to beat Austin.
If you are finished.
God damn it, you fucking bitch.
He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show. We go to Lake Okeechobee, Florida, where I can't tell you the whole story. All I got's a headline because these assholes want me to pay for it. Why can't they just have a bunch of ads that I can block with my ad blocker so I can read you the whole story? But headline, Okeechobee, Florida. Man accidentally shoots himself after putting gun inside his pants. Well, I wish there was more details. I've got nothing.
This was from May 7th?
Yeah, May 7th this year.
Okay. I don't know if mine's not being a dick, but mine opened.
What? Laco
yeah.
News? You have the whole story?
Yeah. So.
Oh, fuck you. Go ahead. Read the story. God damn it.
Recently, law enforcement was dispatched to HCA Hospital regarding a possible gunshot wound. When Sheriff Deputy Isabel Jean responded to the hospital at 2:15. When deputies arrived, she found multiple nurses actively treating a man with injuries allegedly caused by accidental shooting. Firearm involved was identified as a .357 Magnum revolver.
Oof. How does that happen?
The injured man explained he had the firearm in a holster inside his pants. When he went into the restroom to relieve himself, the gun discharged one round. The man's wife, hearing the gunshot, raced in the room and discovered the toilet was completely shattered. The shooting was determined to be accidental. No charges were pressed.
Good thing he was in Florida and not New York. Then there would have been charges pressed.
I mean, for shooting a .357 Magnum into yourself, maybe there should be some fucking charges pressed for being a moron.
Maybe, but still, I mean, he has been punished for sure. Wow, I'm just trying to figure out how that mechanically happens. He must have, when he pulled it. Wait, did it say when he was putting it in is when it went off?
No, it just said that when he was on the shitter. So he explained he had the firearm in a holster inside his pants, and when he went into the restroom to relieve himself, the gun discharged. The man's wife, hearing the gunshot, raced into the room and discovered the toilet was completely shattered. So either he was going to pick his pants up and accidentally grab the handle of the gun and went bangy bangs, okay. Or he may have been, trying to take a crotch shot with his, I don't know, but he shot himself in the act of trying to go to the bathroom, and
well done, sir.
He did fuck up.
I want to know why the hell you get to read this story and I don't.
Sometimes I'm just better than you.
Are you using Chrome? What browser are you using?
Yeah. Chrome. I just clicked on it. It's trying to something cookies, blah, blah, blah. But no.
I should have said no to the cookies. I just clicked a button. I didn't read what I clicked on. I bet that's what happened.
Well, I don't know because I not clicked on it. But it's off to the side so I can read the whole thing. It's just like grayed out or a little darker.
Yeah, I get like the first sentence and that's it. I'm jealous. That's bullshit. Anyway, I saw this on Instagram just a couple days ago, or one day ago, apparently, because that's when it was posted. Savage Paramedics, one of your favorite accounts and mine. A 30-year-old woman whose silicone breast implant deflected a bullet. She was shot in the chest. Doctors discovered the bullet had entered the left side, ricocheted across her sternum, and then ended up in the right breast, fracturing her rib along the way. A CT scan showed the implant altered the bullet's trajectory. Without it, the bullet likely would have penetrated her heart and left lung, like the angle it was at. So the breast implant redirected it, so it was sort of a shallow wound across like both breasts and sternum. The implants were later removed, and the patient recovered after treatment with antibiotics.
Huh.
Yeah. That's pretty wild. So we found another reason for fake boobs.
Right, bulletproof boobies.
Bulletproof boobies. I can't help but laugh at this. I'm looking at like the browser version of Instagram, and the next post in line is a baby that has clearly just been born and has an IUD stuck in its hair.
Well, that didn't work.
It says IUDs are one of the most effective forms of contraception. Well, not this time. Oopsies. Anyway. That was awesome. Patreon.com/NotAnotherShootingShow. It's only $3.57 a month, and you will get all of the second episode every single week. I promise I will post the audio file with this episode this week. If you were like, where the hell's the episode on Wednesday? It got published, at least the post did, but I didn't upload the audio file apparently, so it didn't post anything. And then I realized it on Friday, so then you got 2 episodes on Friday. So my bad. I've never done that before, but it will let me post without an audio file. I was dumb. Anyway, r/NASS on Reddit. MW Activewear, the finest jerseys you can get for your match. We'll talk about it in just a second. The matchbook for Great Plains is out, and there is a QR code. If you missed the deadline to order, you can order from the QR code that is in the matchbook if you want to get a sun hoodie or a shirt. PCSL Belt Championship is coming up in a week from today. Well, as we're recording, it's coming up this coming weekend, May 17th at Mission 160. Great Plains section, June 6th and 7th. There's a short wait list currently. Your buddy Mark messaged today or commented asking if it was full. And yeah, it's full, but there's a short wait list. I'm guessing anyone on the wait list right now will probably get in. Cornhusker Classic is June 27th to 28th. Kind of the same situation, sold out. Rushmore State Championship, there's slots available for that, July 11th and 12th. And the Cops Match near Des Moines, July 26th. I just got a message from Happiest Hannah today. August 15th and 16th, the Illinois section in Havana, Illinois. And Minnesota section, August 29th and 30th at Forest Lake. Boom! So yeah, the matchbook for Great Plains is out. If you're one of those nerds who likes looking at the stages and skips by all the actual important info before it, well, quit it. Read the shit.
No.
If you send me an email or a message or a text or whatever, and you're asking, hey, how late is the range open? I'm going to reply, I don't know. I can't remember what I put in the matchbook.
Yeah, I mean, or you could be like cool and just tell me.
It's 7 p.m.
Yay.
I actually did that to Steven once last year. Like, I sent the question, and then he replied, I wonder if that's in the matchbook. And I was just like, son of a bitch.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's out. The all the stages are in there, and yes, there are typos on stage briefs and round. There's one with the round count that's off. I don't get too wound up about it being 100% accurate for the stages I post because they might be different. There's a high likelihood they'll be different when they get on the ground. In fact, the first stage that's in that matchbook, I discovered today, it's going to be a lot different. It'll still be mostly the same stage, but the bay that Aaron designed that stage in was like 50 yards wide, and the bay it's going into is like 18 yards wide. So it's going to be a little bit different stage. And there will be other things that will be different because the diagrams are just the diagrams. They're not really... It's not, the funny thing is that's not even a rule. You don't even have to. I've never noticed that anywhere. There's no rule that says you have to put the stages out to competitors. It's just sort of a customary thing, I think, isn't it?
You're asking the wrong guy there.
Okay.
Can I make one minor recommendation to you? Put a giant sign with like the old from the show MASH where it's pointing in the different directions to tell you where things are, that right between bay 5 and 6 that says that's zone 1, that's zone 2.
No, we got that fixed last year because that's where the price table is. So Dan will be there to tell them, go to stage 1 after this. Go to stage 1 after this. And also Tom is perennially in bay 5 and he tells them, hey, you're going to bay 5 or bay 1 after this. So, and the same with, when you get done with 10, you don't go all the way across the whole range. You just go halfway.
Yep.
So, Yeah, it's 2 zones for sure. The correctors let me know right away. The first correction I got was that one of the stages was not designed by the person who I gave credit to. It was actually designed by me, but deal with it, Spencer. It was in the same bay. I had your stage, then I made the other one. I just didn't change it. It's not. The stages in the matchbook are not like works of art or blueprints or architectural designs. They're more ideas than anything. They're pretty detailed ideas, but they're ideas.
And that's the thing is, I've seen many of people at walkthroughs the day before with they're printed off copies of the matchbook and they're trying to scribble all this stuff, and you're like, guys, it's never the same. I don't care what software you use, whatever. Something happens that changes the thing, and I stopped looking at the matchbooks years ago. I wait for people to tell me, like, oh, watch out for the strong hand only stage or the
weekend only stage
or unloaded starts or barrel pickup shit. Like, other than that, it's like, if you've shot USPSA long enough, do you actually need to know what the stages will be? Because every match you go to, you walk up and you're like, hey, it's a stage, I'll figure it out.
You know what I do look for in the matchbook? The only thing I look for in matchbooks anymore, do I need knee pads?
Yep.
That's pretty much it. That's about the only thing I'm looking for. Is there a spot that looks like, oh yeah, that's going to be prone? I do like including, for the most part, like the correct, as good of a stage brief in there to describe what's going to be going on. Like there's some default things that come from practice sim that are stupid. Like it always says PCC is loaded, safety on. Well, that's the default condition, is safety on if it's loaded. So, and then there's one unloaded start in the match, and Thomas, the RM, he sent me an email and said, hey, most PCCs actually can't have the safety on when it's unloaded. And I was like, oh yeah, that's anything that's words, don't read too much into in the stage briefs, because like I said, know.
There might be 8.
There might be what?
There might be 4 unloaded starts. You never know.
Or 5. It was 5, I do believe, but it was literally almost half the match. But yeah, I actually write the stage briefs from scratch when they're built, when they're on the ground, when we actually know what's going on. Because target counts change. Right now, the round count's 238 rounds. When I added up all the stuff, that was another thing I did today, was adding up all the props. And holy shit, Josh Van den Top, take it easy on the walls next time. Fucking A. Dude has 12 8-foot walls in his stage. The problem is it looks really fun. That's why I'm the one who's allowing the thing in there, but so many walls. Yeah. I might make some of those sort of old school Sherwin Area 3 walls, where it's just like some of the construction netting on a T-post. Yep. And there's your wall. There might be some of that on that stage, just because it's so many walls. And God bless my retired guy, Bob. Holy shit. Could not be doing the new blue and orange walls without him. He is rebuilding all the broken ones. We're building some new ones. He's fixed a bunch. I fixed like 2. But he's retired. He's like, well, I don't have much else to do. So, every once in a while he'll send me a text like, hey, we're almost out of lumber. I took the last bucket of paint home to paint them. So might need to get more, So thank you so much, Bob. I'm not sure he even knows what a podcast is, but I'm very thankful for him, because when it comes to walls every year, he's who I pretty much end up leaning on. I was texting with another friend of mine here locally, though, today about the matchbook stage nerds. I have already received 3 emails asking if I'm going to post the practice sim files.
Oh, you fucking goddamn it.
They're such nerds. And the answer is no. And here's why. Because I know if I put those out, and then the stage is not like that. They're going to interpret that as a blueprint, not an idea. And then I will hear about how the stage does not match the blueprint, and it's not a blueprint. There's a reason why I leave them kind of zoomed out and kind of shitty. Because I don't want anybody getting married to them, you know?
Yep.
Don't fall in love with the stages. Hell, Thomas was even like, hey, where are the rest of the targets on this stage? It's Josh's stage, too. Well, because of the very zoomed-out layout, 2 of the targets are pretty much not visible at all on the other side of the wall, just because of the view. Adam Grimm actually taught me a cool thing about Practice Sim. With the camera views, you can actually add another page to the stage brief that it kicks out, and it will show other views from around the stage, like 6 or 8 other camera views. So I just started doing that, but they weren't in the, like, I'm not doing, like, multiple.
Well, and as you said, you put them there for the walls generally, and because you'll never actually get the right target presentation layouts in the matchbook. Again, you just have to show up to the match, and because we're not IPSC, you have to do your walkthrough the day before, or have cool people in your squad and just show up the day of and walk in the morning beforehand.
I think you take a little bit too much advantage of that, sir.
I take all of the advantage of it because I have wonderful squad mates that are awesome, and they tell me where to go and what to do, and then I go do the thing.
Pay $5 per stage for that service, but that's just me.
Hey, I'm willing to pay so that I don't have to sit there and jerk off, because you've watched stages with me. How long do I actually spend on a stage?
Not long.
Like 5 minutes, and half that is because I'm like, okay, like is the rest of the group ready to move on?
Yeah. No, I tend to want to stay there longer than Jeff does, and then I'll turn around and Jeff's gone, and he moved on. Okay,
right? Because I've tried walking with the tryhards before. Like I walked Kansas sectional one time with Lane and Cody, and I don't know if that's where I caught the autism, but if it spreads like that, that's where I would have got it from. They were discussing how their weight was going to be transitioning through presentations in the port, and I was like, I'm gonna go there, then I'm gonna go over there. Mm-hmm. That's as far as I'm getting with this. And they were talking about, well, when are you gonna dismount the gun, and when is the gun gonna come up into the position, and like how many like it was legendary. And I remember one time I walked Iowa section with not tryhards, and me and Lane started on Bay 1, and the group I was with, even accounting for my group not being as lackadaisical as me, we got done with all 10 stages and we're walking back to our cars, and Lane was on Bay 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So if you ever do want to watch stages with me, follow along. I will gladly help you out and help you to understand and probably notice things you don't. I know I saved you. I know I saved Steven one time. Because for me, I do it out of laziness, and I do it out of a fear of overthinking, because when you get into, is this the most optimal, or is this the most optimal, or what about this one? I don't, when it's like, get over here and do the thing, go over there and do the thing. Don't try to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
That's my strategy.
I'm definitely guilty of, at majors, I'm guilty of, I don't feel guilty about it. Like, I will spend more time on stages at majors than I do at club matches, for sure. Club matches, I pretty much like walk it, make sure I find all the targets. This is the thing I really need to do. If I'm first on a stage, I'm gonna be like, hey, where's the missing target? Guys, where's the target I'm missing? Do I have them all? I did it again at a club match. Oh God, I can't stand it when I do that. It always happens when I go first too, because I haven't seen anybody else shoot it, and that's usually when I figure it out. And there was one I actually saved somebody from. I shot first, but I saw all the targets, and then I heard somebody go, like, as I was shooting, I actually heard them say it. Oh, I missed that one.
Yep.
Oh, I hate it when I do that. But
I did that after lunch it was either Cornhusker or Great Plains when the sectional or the major at my club, I was the first shooter after lunch, and we were using the solid walls, and I finished shooting, and I turn around like and the RO's looking at me like, well, you're not gonna be happy. And I was like,
If you are finished,
you're like, fuck. Well, show me what I missed.
On that note, am I a bad person because I don't do if you are finished?
No, you're technically not supposed to. And if you're at the point where I have said words to you, if you are finished, it's the advantage of going back and getting it is already over.
It's gone, yeah. I will pause longer. I'll wait longer to make sure.
Yeah.
But I don't give him the if you are finished.
Right. If they have started the unload and show clear process, they appear to be done with the stage. If you're finished, unload and show clear. If clear, hammer down, holster. Okay, you're gonna be really upset. Go look at those targets to your right. Like, because A, you're creating confusion for people, and B, there's the competitor equity of okay, that's your buddy, you did it for him, but this rando that you don't know, let alone someone you don't like, that goes by a target, and you're like, yeah, if you finish unload show clear, like, you're not giving them the same opportunity. But I definitely have done that where you worry that they're going to figure out they need to retreat. So as the RO, you're like 5 steps farther back than you normally would be. And you're like, if you're finished, unload show clear. And then they like start doing it until you walk up and you're like, okay, whatever. Did a lot. Oh, yep. Nope. You forgot that target over there. They're like, fuck.
Mm-hmm. So that I'm gonna transition to one further down the line that is sort of related. Do veteran competitors get value out of local matches, club matches?
Yes,
they do.
I don't know. I'm acknowledging that I know which one we're talking about.
Yeah, that was Jeff's topic, but
yes,
I found the segue, so I rolled with it.
I'm here for it. So, I came to the conclusion that I will not shoot another local before I shoot 2 majors. And there's a part of me that's like, oh man, like, how am I going to like da da da? And then the other part goes, you've been doing this for almost a decade. Why does it matter? Because, I mean, to be slightly self-deprecating, I'm not trying to place in the top. That isn't where my effort justifies me being. And so I'm there to shoot the match, have fun, see the boys, do the thing. But
yeah,
because there's some people like football players, or we'll talk about like a warm-up scrimmage, or we play fucking Okoboji State or whatever, and some D1 school just trashes a D3 school, or the D3 school kicks their dick in, and it's always great when that happens.
Yeah.
But I don't like. I like shooting matches. I do competitions to compete, but I don't know that I'm going to be super negatively affected by the lack of matches, and versus, let's say my club switched a weekend so that we can actually have one more local before. Would I get value from that, or would I get more value doing training shit on that day?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think I'm going to disagree with you, but I also think we are both correct. I do get value out of matches because hanging with the boys locally is also fun for me. So that's part of it. There isn't quite the practice culture. I mean, there's guys who do get together and practice. I rarely run into those people. And I actually kind of like practicing by myself. I don't dislike practicing with others. I actually quite enjoy it, but I don't seek it out, so it doesn't happen a whole lot. But I like shooting the match just to, it's a constant check on where I'm at, how the things are, you practice and you do the things. And then how do I do it when it's live? It's the one chance. And yes, you can do that in practice, but it's sort of like saying practice in football is the same as playing a game, and it is not.
Right.
Because I'm used to going against those practice players all the time and not the actual other varsity dudes I would be going against, when I was back in the day.
Yeah. But I in an individualistic sport, though, I know what you're saying. I agree with you 100%. Like, I brought in the best fighters to fight me to get that experience, but getting into the ring and doing the stuff, I had people. This is kind of a funny one that caused a little bit of personal drama. One of my friends that was at my fight, I was talking to her the other day, and she's like, "Yeah, people saw your like post about having drinks at weigh-ins and like how lackadaisical you were, and they were kind of pissed off, like you weren't taking this seriously and shit like this." And I was like, "Motherfuckers, I have been doing this for 15 years, and like, I'm not some prissy bitch. I like real fighters do it drunk. Like, so they smoke cigarettes. They do this shit. Like, if you go to Thailand, your trainer will literally get done like holding pads for you and just go rip a fucking cigarette before his next client because they don't give a fuck." But going back to it is like, I was experienced enough that my coaches weren't teaching me anything new. I wasn't learning new topics or new techniques. I was refining the application of what I knew.
Yeah.
And so
you're sharpening the edges.
Right. And so that's where I agree with you in like a team-based sport, in a sport where it's like me versus this other team. But like in an individualistic performance sport like ours, I'm not saying I'm going to stop shooting locals in any way, shape, or form. I'm just wondering how negatively it will affect me versus any other time, because, shooting the night match back to back with our USPSA match.
Oh, yeah, that was rough.
That was extremely rough.
You guys, I would have just not shot the club match the next day. Like, the night match is the special thing.
Right.
And I would have treated that like a major. And I would have skipped the club match the next day, and I would have got a hotel in Sioux Falls, and I would have had a good time.
Right. And we're retarded.
Yeah,
so
you are. Because like I don't drive to Omaha, even if I'm shooting a club match. I don't drive. I have done that one time. Otherwise, I'll stay in a shitty Airbnb for a night before I drive down there in the morning. That sounds terrible.
Right. But the great example there is, even with all the negatives that were affecting us, most of us performed okay. Like, outside of my bad ammo, I mean, I shot a 94% on one of the stages, and then my ammo fucked me on the rest of them, which was awesome.
My best match I ever shot, I was hungover as hell.
Yeah. One of the best production match I ever shot, I came off a 5 a.m. We got done at 5 a.m. working a security gig and just went straight to the range.
I thought you were going to say you were out till 5 a.m. and then went to the range.
That's the next topic, silly goose.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like we know what we're there to do. There is kind of going back to my point about I'm not shooting for first, is that match pressure that, hey, where do I need to push? Where do I need to pull back? Like an F1 racer. That is important for the top guys. So they may find more value out of shooting matches to understand that, but you also have to shoot against the people that give you that anxiety.
Yeah.
And I'm not there to do that. So I don't know. It was just one of those. I think a lot of people benefit from shooting club matches. I've met a lot of people who are like, yeah, we need to get in some club matches before I go to a major. And I just feel like after doing it for 10 years, I'm not saying I don't want to shoot more locals. I hope we do add a local somewhere, but I don't know that it will be the reason for my performance at Great Plains.
The thing one thing, you guys don't have as many club matches as we do. I have one a month at my club, and then the other club here has at least 2 a month. So there's 3 full-on USPSA matches every month within less than a half hour from downtown Sioux Falls. The other thing I use club matches for is competition practice. It's practice for that process of competing. That's hard to do when there isn't that cycle of shooters and reset and shooter and reset and that's why at majors when I'm not running a timer and taking that turn, like majors where I don't do anything except reset is weird because I'm so used to doing all that other stuff that I don't know what to do with myself when I'm not doing that. So,
there were people they mentioned at staff reset matches that they almost have more trouble staying locked into the match because they're doing even less than they're used to. And so that part of it makes sense. Again, the match management portion of it is a skill. I personally just question, at least for me, how much it changes because I can barely stay focused when I'm the timer RO.
Yeah.
But now I'm on meth.
Okay. Well, congratulations on that. Anyway, it has been since Christmas time since we did this. NASS Dad Jokes.
Oh, goody.
Have not done that in a hot minute. I got a few written here today. It's Mother's Day, so I have a Mother's Day dad joke. What does a mom say when you're going to the range?
Again.
You'll shoot your eye out.
Oh, God.
It wasn't even really a joke. It was just sort of amusing. Hey, what do you call the phase in life when you buy your first pistol at 36?
Midlife crisis?
Puberty.
Oh, God. Jesus.
Now that's a dad joke right there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. My mom showed me the powder room in her new house. And I said, where the hell is the tight group? All I see is a toilet and a sink.
I like that one.
What's the difference between gun pumping and masturbating?
I'm doing both of them.
It's really embarrassing when someone catches you gun pumping.
If you say so.
And one more. What do you call the mental disability revolver shooters have?
Old age?
Saturday Night Special.
Oh, Jesus.
That's what I was kind of proud of. Saturday Night Special? Come on!
Yeah, it's solid.
on!
It's solid.
That's the one I really liked. And you're like, oh, Jesus. And the powder room one you liked. Oh, my God.
My sense of humor does not align with the majority of humans.
No, I can tell. Anyway, there you go. There was NASS Dad Jokes for the first time since... I always write down the date the last time I did it in the episode. It was episode 188, December 10th of last year.
Wow.
That was the last time we did NASS Dad Jokes. So, and now, just because I find it funny, we're going to hear Heidi get really mad at herself.
God damn it, you fucking bitch.
Okay. She's going to be on with us in 2 weeks, so. Okay. Now, you need to start training like you fight. Training shooting like you fight.
I need to stop training like I fight.
Stop training like you fight. Okay. Sorry. I misread that. Why?
So, I had a social engagement yesterday that I wasn't really sure how long it would go. And so I scheduled some training with my buddy Owen. And at 1:30 in the morning, I messaged him and was like, "Yeah, I'm not making it. That's just definitely not going to happen." And
what time was this Sunday morning training going to happen?
9:30, 10ish. So not an unreasonable time for an adult.
No, I thought it was going to be like 8 o'clock. And then I'm like, well, why are you scheduling something so stupid at 8 o'clock in the morning? Like, yeah, 10, 11, sure.
Yeah, that's completely reasonable. But by 1:30 in the morning, I was like, yeah, homie, I'm not making it. And the going to bed at 2-3 a.m. Not advisable. One of these days, I do need to like try this whole sleeping thing. So when I woke up at 10:30, he had texted me, "Hey, I'm going to be there at 10. So if you're up by then, come on down." And I like finally convinced myself, like, okay, motherfucker, we do need to like go shoot a gun before these matches, because we've done fuck all dry fire and fuck all live fire. So I went, and the rust is real. Like, it was bad. I mean, I was tired, my body hurts, and I was battling my shitty ammo because I'm not just going to throw it all out. So I'm trying to shoot it all, and that might not be the best idea because it's making me really angry.
Well, why are you angry?
Well, so part of it is like I told myself what I was going to do is whether the gun went off or not, you just move on like it did. Because what's happening is I'm having to double strike a lot. And so I was trying to push my pace, but I just couldn't get out of the going back and making up the shot. And so that was frustrating me when I was like, oh, that could have been a good run, except for you fucked all of that up.
If anyone's listening right now going, why did you ask such a stupid question? I wasn't paying attention because I was reading a thing we're going to do later while he was talking, and I completely missed the part where your gun wasn't working. So
that's fair. That's fair.
We do that to each other all the time. Like, it's
right.
not offensive to each other. It just makes us sound stupid when we ask a stupid question.
Right. I pity, or I am scared of the day that we start doing this on video, because you're just going to see me looking at my phone half the time. Like, ADHD is fucking real.
Yeah.
Or me just reading something completely oblivious to anything going on. And so I dealt with the bad ammo, the hurt body, and the tired mind. So tired, in fact, that I forgot my ADHD meds out the door. And I was like, God damn it, that's the great start to the day. It was a beautiful day. Like, everything about it was great except for fucking practicing solo. Practicing solo is not where I find the most value.
Really?
No, I have trouble setting realistic expectations. And so regardless of the run, I look down at the timer and go, okay, that's the time. Now I gotta go faster. It's never, yep, that's the right time. And so it takes fucking ever to set up the way I like to practice solo.
You set up like a whole stage?
Well, basically, we put 2 walls out, or like when me and Lane used to train a lot together, we'd put 2 walls out, and then we put like 4 to 6 targets out at like nothing shorter than like 15 yards. One of the funny things that happened was there was an I-Corps match before I got there, and the I-Corps match director left the target door unlocked, and I saw a bunch of 3-gun targets just stacked up, and I was like, that's a lot of those. I'll take some of those. I took 5, so I'm bankrupting the club. But they actually have an Alpha, Charlie, and Delta on them. Don't know why, because it's 2 on Brown puts
those
it down.
Are old.
Yes. So but the scoring zone was much tighter, and I was like, yes, this will like force me to focus.
Wait, I thought you were saying Alpha Baker. I thought they had B's on them. Sorry.
No.
What kind of targets were they?
They're like pentagon shaped. The scoring zone in the middle is Pentagon A. And
are they the UML targets?
They could be. They said like official target. It looked like it said like USSL or something.
Or USSL. Or UML.
And so,
yeah.
I don't even know that we shoot that organization anymore, because there was also a stack of PCSL targets next to it. And so I was like, well, I don't know if these are useful or not, but I'm going to use them. And I was like, oh, this tighter shooting box will make me focus harder. No, that is not what happened. I threw bullets at that motherfucker because I was trying to go my side quest of push the speed and the aggression with 0 of the fundamentals to follow it.
Yeah. Well,
so
push. I don't ever say must go faster, I shouldn't say never. Sometimes I do, but usually I'm like, how do I make this faster? How do I make this quicker, more efficient? Where am I? What about this run caused me to lose time? And that is where it has helped. Like the last time I practiced, this was a thing I totally got from the Adam Groom class. He's huge on, hey, set up your phone and record yourself while you do some runs, and then go watch those videos. And then you can save time by just taking the 2 minutes to watch those videos and go, where am I losing time? Oh, there. I wasn't like starting to leave the position, or, I was making no effort towards leaving on a place where I could be starting to leave, something like that.
Yep.
And so I have a tripod with a cell phone holder in it. So I point that like a video camera, and I'll just turn it on while I do a few runs, and then look at the times. And if they're all kind of the same, like, okay, if I'm doing this more than once, I should be able to do it faster on one of these. And if I got 3 that are all kind of the same and one that's a little longer, okay, there's definitely time to shave. Where is it?
Yeah. And that was kind of the problem with my malfunctioning ammo, was
that fucks you over when it comes to that.
There was no consistency, and the frustration. So I have a very dark way of expressing my frustration sometimes, and like I was like, got to the end of one of them, and I'm like, motherfucker, the gun was still in my hand, and I like looked at it while I was throwing my tantrum, and I'm like, nope, put that down, nope. And I was like, okay, intrusive thoughts, you're not winning today.
Good. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Oh, like I said, people are like, I have a dark sense of humor. I'm like, let's fucking go.
It doesn't
dude.
really get much darker than that. Good hell.
I love it. So it was a successful training day, but it taught me a few things that I need to really focus on. And one positive is I did push myself to the point where I needed to take breaks, and I realized when I shoot with other people, that break is naturally built in. But when I'm shooting by myself, I will just keep going until there's a reason to stop. And if you give yourself a little 10, 15 yard sprint every run, you won't get more than 4 or 5 runs before you're like, I should sit down, because we're not actually continuing to do the task well, because our hands are getting a little tired.
Yeah. That was happening to me earlier this year. Especially during the class with Adam, my hand was on fire. It was not in mid-season getting the shit beat out of the skin just from gripping the gun. I don't like bleed ever. I'll just get really raw. And so especially and my Shadow 2 is not even the worst. The brand new grip tape on my Glock, or Glocks, I should say, the 34 and the 17, just it just grinds it like I was rubbing sandpaper on my hand for an hour or so. That was pretty raw, and they're better now. It's getting a little tougher.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I need to like actually sit down and dry fire and focus and get the body conditioned to what we're doing. One kind of funny thing was I felt something was wrong with my grip, but I couldn't figure out what it was. It just felt like I was almost hitting the mag release more than I normally would. And finally, I figured out the issue was my mag release button. The screw had started working its way out, and so it was moving around while I was handling the gun. And I was like, oh, that makes sense why it feels like it's not in the place I thought it was. So get to fix that.
I'm gonna go back to the matchbook thing, because there's a guy, I posted it on our Reddit, and a guy posted or commented, and like it was a serious question. I'm not going to. I don't mean to shit on what he said, because I'm guessing if he participates in our Reddit, he probably listens to the show, and I don't mean to shit on him at all. I just completely disagree with him. As someone who is shooting it, why the low round count? 238 rounds in 12 stages. Short courses are the new hotness? ? And I'm just going to reply that we've always had a mix of stages. Big, little, small. There's a 32 rounder, there's a 29 rounder, or there's a 28 rounder. The zone 2 of the match is going to have all the big shit except for a double bay. And then zone 1 is the more medium, technically large courses, but there's some shorter medium courses in there. There's also a 3 per stage that would be a medium course if it wasn't 3 per. That's the stage called Mock Jesus Saves.
Nice.
Yeah. 3 per, Mock Jesus. You're going to like it, Jeff. I promise you're going to like it.
I know I will. I know.
That one's fun. There's a double swinging plate speed shoot.
Oh, goody. Remember those intrusive thoughts I was talking about?
Yeah. But no, I love, like, going to Iowa taught me short courses can be fun.
They can 100%. And
yeah. They don't all have to be 32 rounds. Like, that sucks. That's boring.
Yeah, as someone who has shot a 10-stage, 32-round only match, anyone who shot Sherwin Area 3, that's what all of them were. But I shot the Florida Open. It was 10 32-round stages with 0 hardcover, 0 steel. And so it gets fucking old quick because especially people equate round count to fun. And it's not.
No.
Like once you start,
I love a good short course. They're my favorite stages. A really fun short course is so fun.
Right. Well, and the other problem is when you're trying to get to 32 rounds, you'll make a good stage and then you'll just start adding targets to it to make it 32 rounds. So instead of, this position has 1 target, so you got to figure out how to get out of it quickly, it's, this one only had 1 target. Here, put 4 more here just to add to the round count, or put a triple stack or a double stack. And, and it also, the majority of the way people do it is they're like, 2 double stacks, 2 double stacks, 2 double stack, 2 double stack, done.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is kind of boring.
If you see a stage with a double stack, you can pretty much guarantee I did not design that stage. I will use a regular, a hard, or a no shoot and a regular every once in a while. Not stages I designed for majors. Usually, I'll use them in club matches just to like, this is cool, but like it's only 14 rounds.
Right.
Like I mean, every once in a while I'm like, okay, we can add 1 target, make it a stack over here, just so we've got some more points on the stage,
Yeah, but when
if you're adding targets just because it's only 20 rounds, we got to add more targets. Usually, when you have a good stage and you add more targets, it does not make it better.
Nope.
It makes it kind of dumb.
And I made that mistake at the Alliance Nebraska club I was at, because the guy was known for always doing a 32-round stage, and I think he was at like 24 or 26 rounds, and he's like, I need to add more targets. I go, why don't you just make it what? Well, I was being snarky. I go, why don't you just make it 3 per? He goes, perfect. And I was like, oh, damn it. So it turned it into like a 36 or 38 round stage.
Oh shit, that's funny.
When you're at small clubs, the rules are made up and the points don't matter.
Yeah. So you got your grips now.
Yes.
For your Tac Sport 2s. What grips did you get? Lock grips?
Yep, I got lock grips and the Magwells. They didn't have them in fun color, so I just went with, I believe I just went with the basic aluminum. But
what did you get for grips?
I got the Bogey Palm Swell.
Oh, okay. You're one of those masochists.
Yeah, but it's the exact same thing I have in my Shadow 2.
Yeah.
So
I don't feel the need for that. I just don't. It just looks I mean, I had like knockoff Amazon bogeys for my 1911 and it sucked. And regular old checkered grips, those made my hands hurt, when they were out of shape. So I don't and there's some people who are like, bogeys are too soft.
I was one of those guys.
You were?
I thought I was, and so I was like, man. So 2 parts to it. One, my bogeys are like 5 years old, so I've kind of actually worn the sharpness off most of them.
Oh yeah, they're not aluminum, so
right. they used to be filled with all of the chalk and sweat and like skin
DNA.
particles. And then when I got them cleaned one time or got them fixed, the guy put them through the sonic cleaner and cleaned the grips with it, so all the skin was gone. And I was like, oh, these are sharp. These are sharp again.
See, I like I don't mind like really sharp checkering with lots of my DNA in there.
Yeah.
Or like grip tape or silicon carbide with lots of skin cells and sweat and dirt.
Yep.
You know.
So
that's perfect to me.
right. So I thought it wasn't enough, and then Steven and Lane went down the path of let's check out these like more aggressive grips. So I got to play with theirs and went, oh my God, these are fucking awful. I don't want this anymore.
Steven, really?
I think Steven's gone through all of the grips. My buddy Jay went through most of the grips. Lane definitely went through all the grips, like because he had the like Ridgebacks or Roughnecks or something like that were almost like the 2011 aggressive grips, but for Shadow 2s. And I held it one time and went, I got prissy bitchy hands for this. Like I can't do this. Lane, I handled Lane's and was like, okay, this is fine. And then I watched him cut his hand on his own grips and was like, nope. I don't want to play that game anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I could probably use the bogeys, you know, if I got my hands in shape for them, get them calloused up. But yeah, I don't. A good old checkered grip does the trick for me. I don't feel like I'm lacking with just a good old checkered grip. I think it's I think it's just fine. So you got your grips. Now you got to get the guns and have you gotten a holster yet?
No, it's one of those things. It's like it doesn't feel that like, you know, I don't actually have a timeline for the guns, so there's like no timeline for the holster. Or there's no need for the holster. I mean, I'm literally I got to shoot,
dude.
The two majors in June.
Get a Blade Tech.
Yeah,
then you just buy one. You don't have to wait for somebody to make it.
I got the two majors in June, and then I'm going to Croatia through the middle of June, and so I'm not actually going to have, you know, that much time to do anything gun related that isn't shoot a Shadow 2. Not that I do that much outside of shooting Shadow 2s. So once I, you know, hopefully get to start playing with him in July, then we'll get to worrying about those other things like, you know, base pads and shit like that. But right now I'm just like waiting on the gun and see how much I like the Holosun 407 comp.
407 comp, yeah.
Yeah. They're getting good reviews from everyone that I've seen comment about them.
Yeah. No, I just need to I haven't mounted mine yet. I have one. And well, I've sold a bunch. For those of you who aren't Patreons, a little benefit the patrons have gotten is the ability, because we advertised it behind the paywall, the ability to buy 407 comps at a crazy good deal. And like, you know, maybe it was below map price. I can't advertise what the price was because, you know, map pricing. But the final price was shown in the cart. Let's just put it that way. And it included shipping. So, hey, it sometimes pays to be a Patreon. And we're going to have, the only ones I could get were gold for Great Plains. There will be some 407 comps on the price table at Great Plains. But they're all gold. I kind of like the gold dot. I haven't shot a gun with it, but looking at it, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. Like, this isn't stupid. I thought it was going to be kind of stupid, but no, I like it better than the green, for sure.
Interesting.
You can't go wrong with red, but
yeah.
No, the only reason I haven't just put it on either my Shadow 2 or my Tac Sport is because I just don't want to fuck with an optic that Vince already mounted. You know, it's already mounted correctly. I don't want to like take that off and then incorrectly mount a dot because he would do a better job than I would. So
yep, I feel that. I feel that at my core. I'm so fucking retarded with that shit that I.
So I'm like trying to figure out what gun I'm going to put it on. I could throw it on my Gen 6 17, but it's got an SRO on there already, so it's not really an upgrade, you know.
Yeah, no reason to mess with perfection.
It's not perfect. They're both great. I mean, I just shot my 17 in my class I had on Saturday, and I can tell I'm kind of back to mid-season form practice-wise, because when I shoot, I'll shoot demos of doubles or practical accuracy in a class, and I'll either shoot at like somebody's head box or I'll shoot at one of the plates in there, and I fucking hit the plate every single time I meant to.
Yeah.
Like every round aimed at the plate, hit the plate. The only time I missed the plate was when I like tensed up on purpose to show people what happens when you tense up your shoulders and you're trying to shoot fast. And then I would miss. And yeah, it's like, oh yeah, this is fun. I like it when it's like this. I did throw one over a head box, but it was like just over the head box, you know. And all the rest of the 10 rounds went into the fucking head box. So, and I was shooting pretty quick doubles at like 10 yards. I'm like, yeah, baby, we're in mid-season form. And the best part was I hadn't shot my Glock in a while. So it was, you know, I'd been shooting my Shadow 2 mostly. I'm not I hate to be the bitch who backs out of the production thing at Great Plains, but
it was a dumb plan anyways.
Yeah, I think I might be the one who backs out. But if I cause other people to back out, then I don't.
It's just a way for Austin to justify his poor decisions.
I know, but I also would really like to beat Austin.
Yeah, but then you're the guy who beat Austin, which
yeah,
is like, okay,
that's not
cool.
really bragging.
Or you're the guy who got beat by Austin.
You're right. There's more risk involved in this than I realized. Mm-hmm. Well, Kean's shooting. Like, Kean's a little fucking monster. Like, that dude's come out gangbusters. A guy from my local club. He's been on the podcast before. Dude is quick, and even when he looks slow, he's still pretty quick. But I don't think he's ever really shot irons in a match, and so I don't know how much that's going to fuck him up.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting change for him.
Yeah,
because that's what I was about to ask: is has he actually ever done that before?
Well, I'm sure he's shot a pistol with irons, but not in competition. I don't think.
You never know. I think it was Hunter and Christian Seiler had both never shot like iron-sighted guns until they were like, "Oh, I'm going to shoot a USPSA division that requires iron-sighted guns."
Yeah, and then it still went okay for him.
Right, because shooting is shooting.
I forgot to mention we actually have our second. Last week I mentioned that John. Focus Trip, he made GM he shoots around here, and that fucker Carson, he also made GM.
Oh,
Carson
yeah,
Armsbury made GM
that
a couple weeks ago.
Wasn't already a GM.
Yeah, he wasn't. He still had that shit the beditis on classifiers, but he's gotten rid of it mostly now. So, he was out in Idaho and he's actually moving. He's been bouncing back and forth between Rapid City and Sioux Falls. Because when your wife's going to medical school, you do whatever she's doing.
Correct.
And then you stay home and take care of baby and go shoot matches. Lucky son of a bitch. So yeah, she actually got her, I think it's residency is going to be out there in Rapid. So.
Oh, nice.
So he's staying in South Dakota, but at least he won't be ruining everything at my club anymore. But we have John to ruin that all now. So, these fucking new guys. I was on top for like 1 year, or I was one of the guys on top for a year, and then all the newer, younger guys caught up. God damn it.
It is one of those things. I mean, because you aren't a coach, you don't have the satisfaction of it. But I mean, some of the guys I'm a little closer with and have been around like since they started, I do find a little satisfaction. You know, like I'm super happy for Kian, even though I tell him he's a fucking idiot every week after he sends a video of a match, because it's like, what the hell are you doing? You really need to learn how to draw and start running at the same time, dummy. And right? All the abuse, but no, all like I'm super happy for him, but I'm still gonna shit talk him every time I see him. You know, it's how we say I love you. Exactly. You know? And the guys in my gym, they keep getting better, and it's at the point where I'm like, hey, stop teaching them that. I don't want them to know how to use that on me. It's little assholes.
Have you ever started to teach somebody something that you do, but then you forget, oh, they're not 6'9", they can't do this?
There's a way that I front kick that I tried to teach it one day and came to realize, oh, this only works because of me.
Oh, like you didn't realize that until you tried teaching it.
Yep. Because overall, I tried to be. I should have told people, I'm like, hey, I do this because I am tall. I can get away with this. You need to understand how it applies to you. Do not just do things because, oh, coach said to do it this way. That's the way it must be done. I need you to think about it. I don't know how effective that is as a coaching method, but it's my way of teaching.
Yeah. No, sometimes you don't learn stuff until you learn it. That was very Yogi Berra just now. Oh, baseball reference before I go. When you were talking about like how people got upset because you were like drinking old fashions at the weigh-in for your fight.
Yes.
I'll never forget back in the day, there's this great story about John Kruk. He was like first baseman with the Phillies back in the day, and then he was on ESPN for years as a commentator, baseball player. And he was sitting in a restaurant or a bar back in the 90s smoking a cigarette, and some lady comes up to him and goes, how can you sit there and smoke a cigarette? You're an athlete. And he goes, lady, I'm not an athlete. I'm a ball player. On that note, thank you so much for listening. We really, really do appreciate it. He is Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show.